Hello! Today I want to show you how to create and edit videos using WeVideo. WeVideo is a web-based video editor that works in your web browser. There are perks and drawbacks to using a web-based program, but some perks of using WeVideo is that it's the same platform for anyone. This means that whether you have an old device or a new device, whether you're a Mac or a PC user, or whether you're using a public workstation, you'll have access to the same great program and interface. This is one particular reason we advise it for classroom use in the CIP. Being that there's no download required, it's a great choice for older machines. WeVideo is also collaborative. It's one of the only video editors that has real-time collaboration qualities, where multiple people can be working on a video project at the same time. So it's great for group projects. Updates to WeVideo are also seamlessly implemented, so everyone will always be using the same version. For full transparency, there are a few drawbacks to using a web-based editor, mainly that since it's web-based, you are at the mercy of your internet connection. This means that some functions like long-form narration recording or screen capturing can be buggy due to connection issues. There's no way to download or store project files locally for editing later. Everything lives on WeVideo's server, so once you leave our institution, you'll no longer have access to those working files to make edits later unless you pay for WeVideo Premium. One drawback of the automatic update is that an infrequent user might have to relearn functionality as new updates come out. Now that we've talked about the perks and the drawbacks of WeVideo, let's see what it can do. This is the homepage for WeVideo. You have to sign up for an account and log in before you can get started. If you're at Kenyon, we can provide you with a special link to WeVideo that you can use to sign up for a premium account. If you're a faculty member who would like to use this in the classroom, we'll assign you a link for all of your students to use to sign up for premium accounts. Premium accounts allow you unlimited use of the stock photos, videos, and music in the WeVideo library. It allows you to also download your videos without a watermark and without limits on quality or length. Once you log in, you'll be taken to the dashboard. This is where you're going to organize all of your project videos and media. On the left-hand side, you'll find all of these things. Projects is where your working projects and videos live. You can think of this as a sort of folder structure. Projects are the folders where your individual videos live. You'll see that I have a couple of projects for our conference recordings where I've got an individual video for each. Media is where you can organize your imported media into folders. And exports is where all of your finished exported videos live. This is where you can view your finished video, download a copy, and also have a nice clean link that you can share with others. Now that we've seen what the end product looks like, let's see how we put it together. To get started, you'll have to first create a project. As for me, since I have many projects already, I'll click on Create New. This will take me to a new timeline where I'll be prompted to choose where this video is going to live, or what project to file it under. I'll choose one of these sample folders that I typically use while demonstrating this software in class. This is your WeVideo workspace. On the left, you'll find your media library, as well as a library of stock video, image, and audio, text options for titles, subtitles, and quotes, and then some extras like solid or animated backgrounds or overlays and transitions. In order to upload your own media, you'll click on Import, where you can browse your computer or drag and drop media into the box for importing. You can also pull things in directly from Google Drive, since you will have signed up with your Kenyon account. You can record your screen and or camera as well, and you can narrate straight into WeVideo, although that is where your internet connection can cause some issues, depending on the length of what you're recording. Once your media is uploaded, you can click and drag anything down onto the timeline to get started creating your video. The timeline starts you off with 3 tracks, 2 visual tracks and 1 audio track. It says there is a text track and a video track because anytime you add text, you want to make sure that it's on the topmost layer of your video. We'll circle back to this in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and add some narration and some images to the timeline so I can show you what layering looks like. I'll go ahead and grab this narration and add it to the audio track, and I'll grab a couple of these images of Kenyon to put down over top of it. I'll situate them next to one another just like this. I'm going to now add some text at the very beginning. When I'm done editing the text, I'll click Save Changes to go back to my timeline. You'll notice that I added text to the topmost layer of my video. This is because if it were under a photo or video layer, you would not be able to see it. You can always add tracks by clicking the plus track or add track button, and it'll always be at the top of your timeline. If you need to adjust the length of an element on your timeline, you can just hover over the right or left hand side of that element until you get the horizontal arrows, and you can just click and drag it to make it longer or shorter as needed. If you want to make edits to the elements you've added to your timeline, you'll double click on them. A couple of notable editing features are zooming and panning and adding a blurred background. In order to zoom and pan, you'll click Animation under the Editing tab. You'll notice a start position and an end position. You'll set the start and end positions by zooming in or zooming out and moving the image to where you want the focal point to be. So, if I want to slowly move toward that top right window as a focal point, I'll leave the starting point as it is, click on End Point and zoom in, and click and drag the image to what I want it to focus on at the end of the frame. I can click the play button to preview that animation and tweak it depending on how quickly or slowly it goes. Then I'll click Save Changes to go back to my timeline. If you're using a vertical photo from your mobile phone, like this one, you can go into the editing panel and click Add Blurred Background to get rid of some of that dead space on either side of your image. If you make a mistake, you'll notice an undo button next to your add track button, which is always useful in editing. A couple of buttons down is where you'll split your media if you need to. You'll position this line, which is called a playhead, where you want to make a cut, and you'll either use the S key on your keyboard or click split to split the media in two. Now you can move things around, create space between items, or delete them completely by selecting them and clicking delete, either in your workspace or on your keyboard. This is great if you've got parts of your narration that you need to delete. You can quickly and easily add transitions between pieces of media by clicking Transitions and then dragging and dropping your desired transition between two pieces of media. If you'd like more control over your transitions or you want to do some interesting double exposure types of effects, you can adjust the opacity levels as well. You'll need to layer your visual media a little differently to create a visual overlap like this. I'll open the Audio and Opacity Levels menu and click Show Opacity Level. This will add a green line to the top of all of your visual elements. By clicking that line, you can add points and then drag them up and down to get the look that you're hoping to achieve. These levels are the same way you'll adjust volume or add fades to music. Choose Show Audio Levels instead, and you'll add the same sound points to your audio to increase or decrease the volume as needed. If you're making an instructional video, you can pull slide decks into WeVideo by exporting your slides as images and then importing them as you do with any media into WeVideo. Once you're finished with your video, you'll click Finish at the top right of WeVideo. I recommend exporting in HD and choosing WeVideo as a destination because you'll have the option to download it or share it from there. Those are the basics of what WeVideo can do. If you have any questions or a specific vision in mind for a project, please don't hesitate to reach out to us in the CIP. Thanks so much.